Castles and Crusades is a fantastic game. I play it every Thursday night. I've played the thing for about 12, 13, 14 years, something like that. A lot of you guys have played it as well. It's easy to learn. It's not expensive to get into. It's just fun, fun, fun. But it's got a couple of small organizational issues that have developed over the years. One of which it has been brought to our attention mostly by Davis while he was writing some adventures for the Inzaya material that he's been working so much on, is the plethora of monsters that are everywhere, that are in so many different books. We've got the Monsters and Treasures, we've got the Monsters of Aird, Tomb of Horrors coming, our Tomb of the Unclean come out, we've got Monsters and Amazing Adventures, we've got classic monsters, we've got the mythology monsters, we've just got monsters everywhere. So, though we can't bring them all into one tomb, what we're going to do now is clean up some of this organizational stuff, and we're going to bring everything into the Monsters and Treasures book. The fourth printing of the M&T is almost sold out. I think we've got maybe 100 left over. Maybe, I doubt we've even got that. So we've got a fifth printing coming along, and now is a perfect time to take advantage of the organizational issue I mentioned earlier. So this book, Monsters and Treasures, fifth printing, will come out in the summer, sometime like that. But it's going to include a little bit more than the first, second, third, and fourth printings did. We are going to take all of the monsters from Classic Monsters, all of the monsters from the Codex Keltarum, all of the monsters from Codex Nordica, all of the monsters from Codex Germania, all of the monsters from Codex Slavorum, all of the monsters from Codex Classicum, Mystical Companions, an Amazing Adventures Manual of Monsters, and we're going to roll them all the monsters and all the treasure, into one monstrous book, if you will pardon my pun. It should be about 380 odd pages, something like that. It's going to be pretty tight. We're going to have to colorize these pictures, clean up some of the texts, maybe, you know, the experience points probably need a little adjustment here and there. But overall, we're going to take, what did I got? My count here is 9 books essentially, and put all of the monsters into one so that you've got one quick, easy reference book to use at the table as opposed to 9. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to get rid of any of these titles. All of these stand on their own if you're using them as a player in the case of the Mystical Companions, or you're using setting material in the case of, say, Codex Classicum. You'll still have that book with those monsters in it, and it's all very, very good. But in the very, very near future, we will be bringing, via this Kickstarter, which is already funded, Monsters and Treasures 5th printing with everything in it. Well, most everything. We're not going to include the M&T of A, nor will we include the Tomb of the Unclean. No. Tome of the Unclean. I do that every time. I promise I'm going to write an adventure called Tomb of the Unclean, just to kind of justify the multiple number of times I have said Tomb of the Unclean. But at any rate, those books will stay on their own. But Monsters and Treasures coming your way very, very soon. We'll colorize it, bring it all together, and clean up this organizational issue. We look forward to your support, and if you could spread the word, get people to pledge, put it up on your social media, we would be very, very appreciative. Let's get as many people involved in this as we possibly can. Thank you very much.